Welcome everybody into the stream. Dahm, that's true. Episode number 72?
That sounds right to me.
That sounds right to you. Well, you know everything. It is NFL.
I do know everything.
Yes, this should be episode 72. Yep. Welcome everybody in. I'm your host.
I know my stream.
All right, whatever, dude. I'm your host with the most, Truman the Steam Machine Steen. I'm joined by the beast with the least, Owen Domination 7 Dahm. I'm also joined by two other guests. Vincent, Notice the Z Guthrie, and Michael.
Hey.
What up, Michael? We've got a little bit of an up close and personal peanut gallery
Call
here.
him Big Mike.
Big Mike? I don't think he would like to be. Would you like to be called Big Mike? We can call you Big Mike.
You can call me Big Bobby.
You're the biggest Mike that's been on Dahm, that's true, for sure.
Yeah.
Until we get Mike Bullen on here with his
Dude,
two kids.
Big Mike that Owen just mentioned is the biggest Mike I've ever met, honestly.
Eddie's Big Mike in the similar way that Big John is big, you know? That kind of big.
Yeah, he's massive. He's like a 6'6" Greek
No,
god
but you're not getting what I'm
Adonis.
saying, Truman. You're not getting.
He used to be Greek. I mean, he's got 2 kids now, so he's probably rocking a dad bod somewhat. Yeah, if Braden could have filled out his
Big John
frame.
is big because he has a big heart. He saved all those miners, dude.
That's true.
That's why Big John is a big man.
Yeah.
Yes. But welcome everybody
Come on,
into
man.
the stream. We're talking about we're actually going to talk about a weird topic to start off with.
I think it's a weird topic. I personally don't. I don't know.
I think
the way I am as a person.
I think we try to stray away from
Have
somewhat.
you ever had a dream?
Thank you. I think we try to stray away from somewhat political topics. We don't talk about it very often, I wouldn't say. The most political we get on here is me and Owen both saying, get your vaccine. Which, by the way, get your vaccine.
Political vaccine.
As Owen is at home with COVID right now.
I probably don't have COVID anymore, but I'm a scientist, so
Yeah, dude.
abundance of caution it is. For
Owen,
us.
did you have your booster too?
I am unfortunately not boosted.
Man, dude, and you're going to have to wait 60 days to get boosted also.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true.
That is true. My sisters who got it had to wait 60 days to get boosted.
It kinda-
Actually, 90 days because they even got the antibody treatment.
Yeah, it kind of sucks for you, Owen. It feels great to be boosted.
Interesting.
No.
I don't know. I don't know if that's accurate because my mom would know.
But Owen, as somebody who's vaccinated twice, you said you're not even sure you got it. We're not spreading misinformation. You legitimately did not feel that bad ever.
I didn't feel that bad. I mean, I tested positive. The positive predictability of the antigen test is really high. It's actually the negative side that you have to watch out for with the antibody tests, the non-PCR tests, that is, the take-home rapid ones. They have actually a pretty good positive predictability value, meaning that if you get a positive on one of those tests, it is pretty likely that you did have it. And it actually has a poor negative predictability. So
Interesting.
but I think I did have it. I had a cough that, really wouldn't go away.
Yeah. Yeah. You
But,
had like a
I
headache.
mean, the thing is, though, I was vaccinated. And I can tell you that getting my initial second shot was way worse than the symptoms I experienced. It was, night and day.
Right, and you
like,
stayed out. And you stayed out of the hospital. You didn't, obviously.
And that is,
No,
that is
I
the
went to- I
importance of
went to
getting
work.
vaccinated, Is that
I
it
literally-
lessens the symptoms.
Yeah.
I literally went to work, with the symptoms that I had. And the only reason that I got tested at all is because we were in that bowling league, Truman. And
Yeah.
we were going to go be with a whole bunch of old people.
A bunch of old people, and we bowled against guys our third week of the season.
Mm-hmm.
This is a crazy thing to think about, even.
Oh,
So we
this is
bowled
crazy.
against guys where, well, it wasn't the third week of the season, but it was the 8th week of the season. We got
Yes.
in there and they're like, somebody passed away. Shout out these guys. It was their bowling team, and we bowled against those guys that week. By the way, they beat the shit out of us. Which
No, dude, we beat the shit out of them.
no, they bowled crazy. You remember?
Dude, I'm pretty sure that was
No,
the game that we went 3-1 on them.
No, I think they went 1-3 on us. But either way, they had somebody who passed away
Oh.
due to COVID, which is crazy. But when we were sitting there listening to them talk about it, is that they were quoting a popular, I don't know, man.
Say
I don't
the
know.
Joe Rogan podcast.
I don't know. It's not Joe Rogan. It's a
They
weird.
were talking really fucking loud, by
It was
the way.
it was
because
a
they were
bright
drunk.
it was a Breitbart, which we're gonna.
We weren't
Right.
listening in on their conversation. They were just
They were-
screaming because they were drunk.
Right, and they were talking about the Breitbart article, which had written about how one side of the political spectrum was encouraging themselves to get vaccinated so that the other side of the political spectrum wouldn't get vaccinated to trick patriots into dying. And then, but it was such a weird moment to see where those guys died, where they had somebody who died on their team. And on the day that we were supposed to bowl them, as they talked about the guy dying, that they were talking about that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's strange.
Man, we're getting really oddly in a weird
Hey,
spot.
just get
here.
vaccinated, then you don't have to worry about dying.
Yes, welcome into Dahm, That's True. It's a
Also,
sports
yeah.
podcast.
I mean, vaccination shouldn't be political.
No, it
in
shouldn't.
the first place.
It really
so-
shouldn't. Yeah.
It's kind of an insane thing that we're living through right now. But that's all Dahm, That's True's. Dahm, That's True's firm stance on vaccinations is get vaccinated.
Get vaccinated.
That wasn't even the political thing that I wanted to talk about.
Guest approved, by the way.
I even have both guests, all three guests. I don't think anybody in this apartment has a. You got boosted. Are you boosted?
Not boosted.
You need to get boosted.
I'm working
All
on
right,
it.
fair enough. Man, are you boosted?
Yeah, I'm boosted.
Hey, boosted
I'm
brothers.
boosted.
Well, if it ain't the Brewster brothers,
It ain't the blowjob.
it ain't the blowjob brothers. But we're gonna get even more crunchy here. I would say this is a crunchy conversation. I would like some people stay away from cringy conversations. I really don't get that uncomfortable in many conversation wises. I do have other things. Sorry, all right, I'll say this. We drank 4 seltzers, dude. I'm gonna burp throughout this episode. I'm sorry. And we don't pay an editor to edit this podcast. Is anybody who's ever listened to this podcast
Somebody could step up though.
We'll talk about pay. It's not much. But it's for love of the game. But we were talking about, actually before this, Vincent had mentioned, I don't know, you had mentioned that you are a newfound Browns fan.
Correct. And I hate
That Kareem
players
Hunt.
that are shitty people. Yes.
Players
so
that-
even as a Browns fan, fuck Kareem Hunt, and I wish he wasn't on the team, even if it would make the team worse. That is large in part why I switched off of the Raiders, because I was just so fucking tired of being associated
So
with
Vincent,
such
why
a
do you
negative. What's up?
why do you view Kareem Hunt as a shitty person?
Well, we're
Because-
gonna talk about everything here in a second. I think I've got a good
I
insight
got
into
the direction.
into the Chiefs' gymnastics. I think we know why you dislike Kareem Hunt because of the reason he got kicked out of the Chiefs. He was kicking the women.
Correct.
Yes,
Being shit out of women, not pog. I'll say it.
right.
I feel like enough people weren't saying it.
And so I think because this, let's be honest. Let's be really honest here. Michael, you're a Green Bay Packers fan.
Mm-hmm.
This is unrelated. Man, you're just going to get canceled just because you're around. I'm not going to lie. We're not going to, I don't think we're going to get canceled here. But Vincent, you're a Raiders fan turned Cleveland Browns fan.
Correct. Thank you for clarifying.
But for the most part, me and Owen who are mainly on this podcast. Owen, who do you cheer for, Owen?
Believe it or not, I'm a fan of the Kansas City Chiefs.
And I'm a fan of the Kansas City Chiefs as well.
What does it say?
Crazy.
What?
And I would
I
say,
never would have guessed that about you guys.
and I've got a really weird roundabout way to link this all together.
Sure.
But let's say, so for the record, I posted, we're going to start off on a bit of a humble brag here, guys. I posted a TikTok this weekend, and it's nearing 4,000 likes, guys. I'm going,
Almost at 40,000 views also.
yeah, I'm going not really viral, but likable. And for the record, by the way, the comments, don't go into the comments.
No,
That is
no.
holy shit.
I've gone into the comments.
Holy shit, that's a cesspool. If you've ever wondered if I could take being called fat or gay or not having sex or I don't know other
That
things.
was the main three things.
That was the main thing. It's just like fat, gay, virgin, fat, gay, virgin. It's like, because here's the thing, and here's what I will say. This is gonna be my pop culture minute, but I'll say it now. As we are off on so many tangents, guys. I don't even.
Sports podcast,
Dom's
by the
just gonna be 45 minutes of me just talking about one point, and we finally get to it, and I say, "All right, cool. Did you guys want playoff picks?" But But what I will say is the thing about those TikTok comments is that they would rather say that I don't have sex because I am conventionally, I would say. I was thinking about this at work because I'm conventionally more unattractive than them, but I do. And again, a humble brag. I do occasionally have sex. I'm a sex.
Truman
You
fucks
do
is
have-
what he's trying
I'm
to
a
say.
sex.
guys.
I'm a sex haver, guys. Yeah, absolutely.
More than I could say.
Occasionally, I do have sex. That's right. Yes, Joe. And I occasionally have sex. And what those people would like to imagine is that it is more uncomfortable for me to have sex than not have sex for them, because the fact that I'm having sex, in which they view that they are more attractive or more desirable than me, means that the reason they're not having sex is because then they have to look inward about it being their personality fault or their personal traits is the reason they're not having sex.
Yes, they have to be worse.
Women literally do not want to associate with them, and that's kind of a crazy thing because they say you're fat, no way you're having sex because I'm not having sex. If you're fat and having sex, there's no way. But that's
Truman,
really
have you considered it's because they cheer for the Pittsburgh Steelers?
It's also because they cheer for the Pittsburgh Steelers as the TikTok inclined.
I also want to point out that when he's saying have sex, he means just being happy in general, like in a happy, loving relationship.
Yes, yeah, no, I'm in it. Yeah, I'm
like
not.
Having sex isn't just like, oh yeah, having sex.
No.
It's not just laying pipe.
No,
It is pure. It is purely a byproduct.
What is the sports section of this podcast?
We're getting there. We're getting there. It is purely a byproduct of a happy relationship with. I'm very satisfied with my significant other. But on to that point, we were
She's
talking.
satisfied too, if you know.
Where did? God damn! How did? All right, thank you. Yes, Joe.
I was gonna say
I like
real,
to think so, guys.
real and based in true TRU.
Yes, yes. But okay, so.
Is my girlfriend just playing with my body? A little part of me says yes.
Oh, I remembered why we got onto the TikTok comment section.
Yes.
It's because mostly the TikTok comment that I said. Somebody said, no, you don't. Or they said something along the lines of no, you don't, or no way, or blah, blah, blah. And they said, like, prove it or something. I said, hold on. Now I got to read the comment. Give me a second. Give me 2 seconds.
And
here.
then you
Dude,
linked
I
your
was going to
girlfriend's
town on
Instagram.
people
You're
in
like,
your
what
comment
up?
section.
No, Tina doesn't have an Instagram, so
No, she doesn't use it.
Yes, yeah. Tina, I think, has tried to delete it multiple times. Oh, no, that's the wrong one.
What a base TikTok we did.
Hold on. Let me find it.
By the way, if you haven't checked out the new the TikTok we filmed for today's Grub Buds, go check that shit out. That shit was wild.
That shit was pretty funny. Okay. Oh, that's what the comment was. Okay, so somebody had said, go to the gym, eat some veggies. That's what somebody said. Which a very, here's the thing. Out of all the TikTok comments that have been listed in this section, I would call that 20% of the most toxic. In the 20th percentile. Very low.
Pretty unoriginal.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Here's the reason that I'm very aware. I don't know if you guys know this. Do you guys know? I'm a little overweight. I don't know if you guys know this.
What?
And they saw it obviously on the TikTok, but I don't know if they know that I wake up every day like that. But they said, go to the gym, eat some veggies. And my comment was, I will when Big Ben turns himself in. Thank you. That's a good comment.
Let's go.
But, which gets me to the roundabout point that I wanted to talk about
I'm
here.
talking about shitty football players.
Is that
Or shitty as people football players.
is that it's probably odd, I think, for a lot of fan bases, for Chiefs fans to then sit on a high horse, take their high horse and say, you know what, Big Ben is shitty. Big Ben rapes guys, rapes girls, and that's big rape. All this stuff, and that's I think as Chiefs fans, we all. Owen, have you made a joke about it? Have you pulled comment to it as we prepare to play the Steelers this week?
Actually,
Really?
I don't think I did.
Wow, my dad even made a joke about it. So I mean,
I think I said it's weird. I said it's weird. I talked to my family about how I don't like him. I've made joke. I guess I not like officially like on Twitter or on a podcast or something like that, but I have said it. Yeah.
right. And I think as Chiefs fans, I think it's I think for a lot of people who play the Steelers, I think it's low hanging fruit. It's not low hanging fruit. It's fruit that should be addressed. But
Sure.
But it's obviously the elephant in the room is that the Chiefs have convicted
Woman abuser
Tyreek Hill on the team, and I think we were talking about this before, but we talked about the mental gymnastics of Chiefs fans. I mean, and I think there is some mental gymnastics that we all have to cover.
Sure.
And I don't know why we're covering this on the podcast, but we're the mood we're in today. We're in a
Trending topic.
yeah. I mean, I think it's an interesting
Ben,
mood that we're in. But I think for some reason, to explain, I guess, not explain, because we're not really here to defend Tyreek Hill. I'll be on record probably saying Tyreek Hill is probably a bad guy. I'd tell you, most guys
Fair
in
enough.
the NFL probably are not great people per se. Probably not guys you'd like to spend time with. They'd probably say some stupid shit.
One thing I think is very interesting is like the duality of the Chiefs. They have really upstanding guys like Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes. They're just genuinely good people on and off the field. And then you also have Tyreek Hill.
Right.
Which is a weird dichotomy to have.
Right. But the mental gymnastics is what I guess we should probably address as Chiefs fans. Because as honest, we talk about this a lot, Owen, is that me and you are both, even when it comes to political stuff, we kind of like to acknowledge elephants in the room where, you know, sometimes our political sides like to say, you know, oh, well, I don't follow this at all because I would like to ignore that because I don't want to address it. And we kind of say, you know what, that is bad. But here's the thing. And so with Tyreek Hill, I think you have to address and say, you know what, Tyreek Hill is convicted. He, physically abuses.
Convicted of battery, I believe.
Yeah,
right?
his girlfriend, his pregnant girlfriend at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then blocked the case from being investigated by the NFL, like all innocent people do.
Well, that was a later on, I think, right?
Either way, like all.
I think we're talking about the later on, and then there was the later case.
His conviction occurred in college, so it would not have been up.
Yeah,
for
that one was in
okay.
college.
So
that
there was a more recent thing, like since being in the NFL,
which is what we're going to talk about.
A case opened up,
Yep.
and then he blocked the NFL from being able to investigate into the case.
Right. The next case
Like
was the very famous one in the 2019 draft where Tyreek Hill was. On the draft night they dropped the tape about Tyreek Hill.
Brooke Pryor, yeah.
Well, again, so we're going to talk about the mental gymnastics of Chiefs fans, and Owen's presenting a great.
I'm falling into the trap right here. I'm greasing up my high beam right now.
There he is. So it's that they released the audio. KCTV5, as Chiefs fans know very well, KCTV5 released an audio of Tyreek Hill talking about him beating up his girlfriend almost. Or a tape that sounded like he was beating up his girlfriend, beating his kid. His kid has broken his arm in the last month or so. At this point, there was an investigation. They said it was an accident. And then this tape released. It was about Tyreek Hill saying that he's like, yeah, I hit my kid. And his girlfriend was like, well, you should be scared of me. And he's like, you should be scared of me too, bitch, and all this stuff. And as Chiefs fans, I think the mental gymnastics that we go through for Tyreek Hill that we don't do for Kareem Hunt. And we'll get to Kareem Hunt here in a second. I think Kareem Hunt, I think in Chiefs fans' minds, I don't think you can connect Kareem Hunt's actions from a way. I think you compare it a lot of the time. I think we compare it a lot of time to the Tyreek Hill actions.
Fair.
Is that especially once he got to the NFL. So, one, the mental gymnastics that Chiefs fans go through in his college case was that allegedly it was like what we have been told, if you are a pro Chiefs fan, is that Tyreek Hill was in college. He had no money because NIL was not a thing, and that they gave him a lawyer who told Tyreek Hill to take a plea deal, and that Tyreek Hill allegedly just picked up his girlfriend who he had broken up with at the time. I think they were broken up with, who was pregnant with his child, came into his house and started yelling at him, and then he picked her up and removed her out of the house. And probably shouldn't pick up girls. I'm on anti-woman abuser.
So you're saying I shouldn't go to a bar and try to...
No, don't.
And try to find someone that I think is a nice person and, go out with them again.
What?
We're talking about two different versions.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, sorry. He physically picked up his girlfriend.
Lifted his girlfriend.
Like physically removed her from the apartment.
Right. And as Chiefs fans, that's what we've been told is that, there was a whole thing when all this stuff, it came out, especially when the tape with Crystal, with his fiance, which is crazy that Chiefs fans know his ex-fiance's name is Crystal Espinal because we've had to watch this case so closely. But
I would say that story that you've heard is only believable if the later case doesn't also come out.
Right. The later case is what truly makes it believable. So basically, in college, you were led to believe that he basically lifted that girlfriend out of the house, dropped her outside, and then she was like, he abused me, and called the police. And the police were like, she said you abused him. You have to go to court. And his lawyer got in there and said, case against you is pretty insurmountable. You should take the plea deal. And he took the plea deal. And maybe it was bad legal advice because he had no money. As Chiefs fans, that's best case scenario for his college case. But for everybody else, I think you're silly not to say convicted woman abuser. That is what Tyreek Hill is from college. He's a convicted domestic abuser. Whether or not that, as Chiefs fans, the mental gymnastics we go to defend Tyreek Hill on the college case is that we think he was a product of a bad situation. He probably didn't beat up the girlfriend. In the eyes of the law, he's a convicted domestic abuser, and I don't think you can excuse that. Joe?
So it was It was Kareem Hunt.
Speak up. You've got the mic's facing me.
I don't care if they hear me, but it was Kareem Hunt that like lied to us, and the tape eventually came out where it was.
We're gonna get to get to Kareem Hunt here in a
I just
second.
want to make sure that I had the two separated and correct in my head.
Okay, so to keep on going with Tyreek Hill, man, why are we doing this for an episode? Is this a worthless episode? Yeah. Okay.
I think so.
Okay,
Just
but
don't post it.
we'll post it. I mean, this is Dahm That's True this week. But the thing about Tyreek Hill on the second case, so actually we should go to
By
Kareem
the way,
Hunt's.
having a second case, cringe.
I know we should go. We should move to the Kareem Hunt case and then come back to the Tyreek Hill case. I think this makes more sense. For the Kareem Hunt case, so as Chiefs fans,
This is one of my
understand-
favorite topics, by the way.
What?
I love the topic of the Kareem Hunt case.
I think, and it's very interesting, right? So Kareem Hunt, I think everybody on here is under the agreement before
Fuck Kareem Hunt.
Well, we're gonna get to it, but is that there are very, 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 very slim situations in which it is okay to ever lay hands on a member of the opposite sex, honestly, but especially man to woman in traditional gender roles. I don't know.
Right.
Nobody should hit. You shouldn't hit your domestic partner.
It's not acceptable to hit anybody, regardless
Yeah.
of your gender. Being a gender doesn't exclude you from violence.
Yes, but
Violence
I would
is
say
not
it's even
okay.
worse across the sexes. I would say that's not a hot take.
Long piss. Let me
You hear why you wearing Kansas State polo? Team Buckeyes. What?
You'll never believe this, NA badass. But I went to Kansas State, so I cheer for Kansas.
I also went to
State.
Kansas
It's
State.
kind of crazy.
But we appreciate.
Also went to Kansas State.
Also went to Kansas State.
Did not go to Kansas State.
Wait. Also
Be
went.
good at least.
Also went to Kansas State. 5 of the people that have been mentioned that have said something on this podcast so far have gone to Kansas State, and the one that left, and the 2 that left, also went to Kansas State. They're on the last podcast, so sorry guys. But okay,
Man,
so
that is not refocusing on your
the
face.
Kareem Hunt. Yeah, this is weird.
No, because it's locked on Vincent. No.
Is it?
Remove the hands from your face.
Yes.
I can tell it to switch.
So here,
hold on,
I'll
hold
pull
on.
this along right now. I know, Truman, you're trying to focus, but we are trying to say that it's unacceptable to domestically abuse your
There you
partner in any circumstance. There are
Correct.
very few circumstances on when it's okay to lay hands on somebody ever.
Right.
Um,
And where
but
we
also, it is important to state that in this specific case, I also believe that calling a black man or black woman or black person the N-word, if something happens to you after you do that, I'm gonna look the other way.
Okay, so we're gonna get into the specifics of what people believe the Kareem is. Again, if you go into the mental gymnastics of defending Kareem Hunt, a lot of people, and which is fair. This is all fair stuff. Is that with the Tyreek Hill college case, you say, I will not support Tyreek Hill. That's fair. Convicted domestic abuser, Tyreek Hill. You see the video of Kareem Hunt kicking a woman. I don't blame you for saying Kareem Hunt, domestic abuser. I will not support Kareem Hunt.
Fair.
So the mental gymnastics of it is that from the story had been released to at the time Chiefs fans trying to defend Kareem Hunt after all this stuff happened, is that it allegedly is released that the girl in the hotel that Kareem Hunt kicked for 30 minutes before any altercations happened, is that she stood outside his door and the night, apparently they had gone to Topgolf. You've all been to Topgolf? Been to Topgolf?
I have been to Topgolf.
You been to Topgolf? So they went to Topgolf. These women joined their party at the time, because they're famous athletes. And they said, hey, girls, you want to join our party? And they said, yeah, sure. And the girls had a couple drinks, and they all had drinks. They get back to the hotel. It comes out. He didn't put his hand on the... Yes. He didn't lay his hand on... Yeah, I mean... Kicking is still abusing. I don't
Truman,
know.
that's a long time ago. Keep going.
Sorry, but so they go to Topgolf. They have a couple drinks. They come back to the hotel. The girl says, "Hey, I'm actually 19," and he says, "Oh, I'm a famous football star. You are underage and drinking in my hotel room. I would like you to get out of here because you will ruin my career." And he kicked her out.
There it is.
No, I'm not sure. He told her to get out of the hotel room. The girl removed herself from the hotel room. And then, allegedly, according to the story, if you are what we'll say Kareem Hunt supporter in this, I don't know if you ever...
What a cringe thing to be, by the way.
But from what was understood, the girl then stood outside his hotel room and yelled racial slurs at Kareem Hunt for 30 minutes, refusing to leave. Kareem Hunt could not leave his hotel room. Eventually, all right, come on, turn it down. This is a very serious podcast that we're doing.
Can't hear you.
But they can hear you. I can hear you.
You are showing up on the bar.
It is distracting. Yeah, we can. But okay, so sorry, but is that then the girl removed herself, then called Kareem Hunt. If you're a Kareem Hunt supporter, what the story is that Kareem Hunt was then called racial slurs for about 30 minutes before somebody from his party then came out and interacted, which eventually led to Kareem Hunt kicking a woman. But as Chiefs fans, because this will then relate back to the Tyreek Hill situation, is what allegedly happened. Is this happened during the summer of the offseason, before the NFL season, and Kareem Hunt said, nothing happened with that woman. Nothing of note. Nothing happened. Don't worry about it. Because the police came, and I don't think anybody was arrested. Nobody even got a fine because of what had happened. But Kareem Hunt said, nothing happened. Don't worry about it. And then it came out, the video came out that got released by TMZ of him kicking the girl, and the Chiefs said, you lied, so you're off the team.
True.
Which is fair.
Also, if you value lying more than woman abusing, I don't agree with that.
But we talked.
Granted, both in tandem, the worst case scenario.
But in the eyes, again, if you are the Kareem Hunt defender, in the eyes right now, the reason you would defend Kareem Hunt is that nobody deserves to be called racial slurs. Is that
True?
Is that
I would
if
say that.
Another incident in the NFL? Man, we're all over the place. Mason Rudolph, when he had his helmet ripped off and hit over the head by Myles Garrett, allegedly, what had been said is that he called Myles Garrett the hard R. And people said, you know what? Fucking hit him with the helmet. And I think there's some people that said if the girl stood outside the room and called you the hard R N-word for 30 minutes, maybe you should, I'm not here.
a little not that informed on the story. Was the
Yeah.
girl calling Kareem Hunt racial slurs
Yes.
white?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It
Fuck
was
that.
yeah.
Fuck that girl.
Right. Well, I don't even think.
No, not get abused worthy, but also like what a shitty human being.
Right, and I think that's where you walk. Again, we talked about a fine line, and I think of self-defense is maybe where it's okay to do it, and then there's some people.
Self-defense is literally the only thing I can think of.
And there's some people that would say if she's standing out there calling her racial slurs for 30 minutes, you should, I don't think you should go out and punch anybody, but
Correct.
also, I'm white. Never been called a slur in my life. Even calling me the H slur, which I don't know if we can say it on Twitch.
Or the C slur. The C slur will get
The
you
C
banned.
slur. I have heard the C slur will get you banned.
Which, by the way, not a slur.
Are you talking about
I'm
H?
sorry.
Yeah.
If anyone,
Oh.
Yeah, but
if anyone gets offended by the C slur,
yeah,
fucking grow
but
up.
I would say even being called either of those, you can call me that all day. Because it's not.
it is nowhere near comparable to the N-word.
No, it's
Let's
nowhere.
get off the topic of slurs.
True. Moving on from slurs.
Moving on.
Tyreek Hill.
Moving on from slurs is that essentially is that if you were there's a lot of people that defend Kareem Hunt say if you were called slurs, maybe that's where you walk a fine line and maybe can do that. I really don't think about it that hard because as a Chiefs fan, I say he got released because he lied to the Chiefs because of the Tyreek Hill later situation. Tyreek Hill situation does, as we'll say. So draft night, April. Let me set the scene. 2019. Because it was the Chiefs Super Bowl year. They won the Super Bowl this year.
Yep.
It came out on draft night. KCTV5 released a audio tape of Kareem Hunt essentially telling his girlfriend he would
Tyreek Hill.
That she should be scared of him too.
Yeah, it was. Well, there's a lot of things.
He was threatening violence.
There was a cut of him saying that he hit his son in the chest, open arms, and that he told his girlfriend that she should be scared of him too, bitch, and all this stuff. And so and for a lot of stuff in Kansas City, this was a huge deal for the Chiefs. This was the story of the Chiefs offseason, April to September, until it came out that he got 0 game suspension. Insane, maybe.
And then people are like, wow, he played football good. I don't care anymore.
Well, sort of. I mean, so we'll go into the Tyreek Hill defender case. Is that what happened is that in April that tape came out. Chiefs immediately suspended him. But they didn't cut him. And everybody said, this is weird because they cut Kareem Hunt immediately. And allegedly, what was going on behind the scenes is that Tyreek Hill fully cooperated with the Chiefs. They said, "Hey, what the fuck is this?" And he said, "Here's the thing. They've sent me this audio. I've got this whole audio, and there's a whole bunch of stuff behind the scenes. Basically, so let's say from April to June, there was nothing. I mean, I remember sitting there in my office, like in 2019, because I'd started work. I remember like Googling, like searching on Twitter every now and again, Tyreek Hill, just to see if anybody had Tyreek Hill news. In like July and August.
Yeah, I remember that too. I did stuff like that.
There's a Chiefs, there's a radio host that got fired from his job. He's owned part of the radio company. He got fired because he said, "I have news on the Tyreek Hill case," and everybody tuned into his case, tuned into his show because he wanted to talk about it. And then he talked about, it was a really weird one. He related Andy Reid's son killing himself, and the other son like having trouble with the law, to Andy Reid being a bad football coach because he's a bad dad. And then how that related to Tyreek Hill.
Here, real quick, that dude ended up getting caught cheating on his wife. So that was funny as hell.
Well, that was way back that he got caught cheating on his wife. Just a really shitty dude. He said all that stuff, and everybody's like, "What the fuck?" Because everybody tuned in. Because they're like, "This guy has Tyreek Hill news." Because that's how desperate everybody was. I remember I never listened to, it was on 810. I never listened to 810. I always listened to 610. And I was like, tune into 810. That guy said that shit. I was like, "What the fuck?" And I got on Twitter, and everybody's like, "What the fuck?" And they fired that guy immediately. It was insane. And he was like a long-standing KC radio host, and he's gone off the deep end. He's really
he went off the deep end. And he keeps saying shit, and then he kept saying crazy shit.
Right, because then
like
Andy Reid's 35 to 40-year-old son got into like a drunk driving accident, and he's like, "I tried to tell you, Andy Reid's like a bad father." We're like, dude, this is not the point. Also, as a almost 25-year-old adult, if I got in a drunk driving accident today, if people blame my parents, I'd tell them to go fuck themselves.
Fair.
As a 25-year-old adult, that's my parents. Trust me, my parents never told me to drunk drive, and I don't, because my parents. But
anyway, continuing.
So moving on, we're on the Tyreek Hill situation. So that was another part of it. Then it comes out in Tyreek Hill, and then like July, the first thing that ever happened, the actual first movement in anything, is one, the Johnson County office went to re-examine it, and they said, "We still think the kid broke his arm by accident," which is what started this all. And then
we have heard very different stories.
A full tape. No, I mean, then
because what I heard is that they went to go investigate, and the NFL went to go investigate, and then what I'd heard is Tyreek Hill had paid people to lock down the case so that it could not be investigated in by outside sources, and then the NFL was like, "Well, we can't do anything if we don't have the files. I guess it's fine." Is what I
can tell you that is not what happened, Vincent.
No, from what I understand, essentially,
I trust Truman and Owen more than I trust myself, but that is what I had heard at the time.
The Johnson County, although I believe what was said at the time is the Johnson County, like child office, like did go to examine it, and there was nothing more from what they examined in the first part. But from what had been released to the tape, they're like, "We think something probably happened, but we don't have any more evidence. So technically, we can only say nothing happened, but we're a little frustrated because we feel like something happened." And then in July, we have the big break of the case. They release a full audio clip of the entire Tyreek Hill tape. There's all sorts of stuff. The girl threatening him, like she said, "You should be scared of me. I've got stuff." And then he said, "You should be," and then he responded and said, "You should be scared of me too, bitch," which is in itself a physical threat, which is a bad person move. But there's a lot of stuff. There was context to him hitting the kid, where he's like, "He likes to play with you," and you don't. And also, the thing about it is that she is recording the clip, and it is an effort to make him look bad. And also, other weird rumors start to swirl among Chiefs fans about how maybe the Espinals, which is the Chiefs Tyreek Hill's fiance's name, is blackmailing him, and all sorts of stuff. So I don't know what I'm trying to say. Man, what am I trying to say?
I don't know.
This has been a really long explanation of everything. But for the record, nobody will ever listen to this. But if anybody's ever looking why Chiefs fans take a high horse and don't trust the Tyreek Hill stuff, it's because we have been fed media that we do like to consume. And to be honest, I would love to think that Tyreek Hill just set his girlfriend in college outside and then he got bad legal advice. I'd love to think that. I'd love to think that Tyreek Hill was extorted as a professional trying to have somebody take money from him because there's the same girlfriend, actually, that he beat up. And that's also, as a Chiefs fan, domestic abuse is very complicated. And that people say, why doesn't somebody leave if they're getting domestic abused? Very common thing. They say, well, if they're really getting abused, why didn't they leave? And it's a very complicated topic. And
Correct.
the Tyreek Hill situation is one of those where they go, well, if Crystal Espinal really got beat up in college, why did she stay with him and all this stuff? And she must have been wanting more. And that doesn't have to necessarily be the case. But as Chiefs fans, we were told that maybe he was trying to get extorted. Maybe he just set the girlfriend down in college. And and he told the truth to the Chiefs. And that's why he got to stay. And Kareem Hunt didn't get to stay. And as Chiefs fans who wanted Kareem Hunt to stay on the team, we said, well, he got called it the N-word for 30 minutes and all this stuff. And it's just, I would say there's so many, I would say, and I think everybody would almost agree with this, is that if you want to cheer for good people to do good things, and you want to cheer for good, high character people, and every person on your team has to be a high, good, moral character, and this is not a good precedent that we've set by the NFL, but I don't think you truly cheer for any NFL team. I don't think any NFL team
cheer for any sports team.
Not many sports teams. Maybe hockey. All those guys seem to be Canadians, but I'm sure I
would challenge you to find a cohort of 100 people anywhere where at least 4 people aren't genuinely bad people.
Yeah, right. I think even as Islanders fans, I think if I remember correctly, Semyon Varlamov, the Islanders goalie, beat the shit out of his girlfriend too, I think.
I didn't hear that.
I think he's a domestic abuser as well.
That would be disappointing to hear for sure.
And I think there's a much deeper conversation also to have.
Yeah, I would like to go on record saying that just because other people are abusing their girlfriends means it's okay for my guy that I like to abuse his girlfriend is not a good take.
No.
I would like to go on record saying that.
And nobody should cheer. But I don't know, man. Sports is such a terrible mess of terrible people, and money's gotten in the way so much, and people get paid $40 million to shut the fuck up so often. And I don't know, man. I think after all that being said,
welcome to All That's True.
I will say, I don't know, if you really don't support, I really don't know, because I think anybody's gonna support their version of their abusers or whatever. I mean, the Packers, you had the Aaron Rodgers thing, which really in hindsight isn't.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, huge dickhead. As far as we know, doesn't abuse women. No.
Aaron Rodgers probably a douchebag, kind of a douchebag to his family. Aaron Rodgers is probably a big douchebag. But not to be said, there was also wait. I'm thinking of the Vikings, where they had the Everson Griffin, who went crazy. Not crazy. He had a bipolar episode.
Yeah, he had
what Truman is trying to say for 25 to 30 minutes is that a lot of sports players aren't the best people. And that if you're looking for super model citizens, you cannot choose every single person in modern sports.
Yeah.
But that being said, there are people who you can cheer for.
Yeah.
People who uplift their communities and people who do really good for their family and their friends back home. And you need to choose your heroes wisely. And I would also advise everybody, if you find out something negative about your hero, that I hope you find the strength in and of yourself to no longer view that person as one of your heroes.
Yeah, absolutely. And as I think this episode, from my calculations on rough estimates that I have to run, is nearing the hour mark, as for what has felt to me like 20 minutes of me talking, and it has been all of me.
Would you like to talk about the playoffs, Truman?
Yeah, Owen, let's do a quick run through of playoff matchups, Owen. Owen, could I get your predictions for Chiefs versus Bills?
I think you should hammer the Chiefs.
Really? Chiefs are -2 favorites.
Did you see that graph that was floating around on Twitter about the Bills scoring?
What?
Did you see that graph that was floating around on Twitter about the Bills and their scoring?
No.
Every single time the Bills have had a spectacular game, immediately following that game, they have played worse.
That's one of those weird trends that I don't trust.
Like 10
Because
points worse.
Here's
Every
the
time.
thing, is that we talk about this a lot, is that it's in my dad, for everybody, youtube.com search winners and whiners. My dad is a professional handicapper, blah, blah, blah. What I'll tell you is that if you believed in any pick, you could find statistics that will support that pick no matter what. If I want to say the Bills will cover +2, blah, 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 Chiefs, blah, 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 Chiefs don't play good on a Sunday at 5 o'clock, Chiefs don't, blah, 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 Chiefs don't play good on the grass, they don't play good when it's 34 degrees exactly, they're 2 and 5 when it's blah, blah, blah. There is so many shit like that, and the thing that us as mathematical, scientific, everybody here, I think, has to search for a reason. There is no reason that the Bills play worse after they've played good. So I don't say, well, the Bills scored 40 points. Well, I bet they score only 30 points this week because it sort of happened a lot this year. It's the same, like things like the Titans win when Derrick Henry rushes for 100 yards. To me, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Derrick Henry rushes for 100 yards. That means they've controlled the ball. They've controlled the offense. They've followed their offensive game plan. That makes sense. They win. Derrick Henry rushes for less than 100 yards. We have thrown them off course. Ryan Tannehill's had to make plays that he can't make. Blah, 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 blah. That's why the Titans lose. That makes sense. Don't give me the Bills on and off shit. I don't think that's true.
Well, I still think that
I need a better reason. Give me a better reason the Chiefs win this week.
I think that the Bills have more glaring weaknesses than the Chiefs.
Give me one.
The Bills have one receiving target.
Dawson Knox scored 2 touchdowns against you in week 7.
And what has happened since week 7? Have the Chiefs defense gotten better against tight ends or worse?
Oh, no, he is on the Bills. Yeah, that's right. He was on the 49ers a couple years ago. That's right. Sorry. What?
Have the Chiefs gotten better or worse against tight ends since that happened?
We can believe they have, but why? I mean, because Daniel Sorensen's played less? Yes, it's because Daniel Sorensen's played less.
For one. For 2, since week 9, the Chiefs have been the best defense in the NFL.
They've been top 7 from what I saw.
They've been number 1. In terms of points allowed, they've been the number 1 defense.
In terms of points allowed, there's a difference.
But also, they've played one playoff team.
Yeah.
One playoff team, and then look at the environments that they also played in.
Yeah.
But you can say the same thing for Buffalo.
It's the same reason I didn't pick the Bills versus the Pats. It's because the only time the Pats beat the Bills is when Mac Jones threw 3 passes and it was.
That's kind of like the Browns. The Browns tying to the Steelers last year on that awful rain game where it was 21-21.
Right. Okay. As we all go, that's stupid.
I still think Truman, that the Chiefs secondary is not a good matchup for the Bills right now. If you don't have Daniel Sorensen playing in coverage, there's no one that gets burned, and we saw it last night.
Charvarius Ward, L'Jarius Sneed are not better than Stephon Diggs.
If you don't think, what happens if you double Stephon Diggs, Truman?
What happens if you double DeMar Chase? The Chiefs never. We don't know because the Chiefs never did it.
Exactly. But what I'm trying to say is that I believe in the Chiefs secondary. They can handle 1 wide receiver. They can't handle 4.
Okay.
Certainly.
But
they can handle 1.
The Bengals had 2 wide receivers, maybe 3, and it was too much. The Bengals have
also
2 wide receivers.
7 drive extending penalties.
Yes, we can question the rest. I'm just saying it isn't a slam dunk, isn't a hammer to the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs cover 2. I sure hope so. But, dude, legitimately, I have no idea what happens. And that is terrifying as a sports fan.
Against the Bills?
I think that with a better running game, with Melvin Ingram inside now, the Bills can't run the ball. They'll be one-dimensional. Josh Allen will throw 60 passes, and the Bills will lose by 14.
Yes, as a Chiefs.
But the problem is, the Bills, traditionally, we see the Bills being a run-first offense, right? That's not the case this year.
No,
they do not have a rushing game. So you can say shut down their running game, but
the running game
is already shut down by themselves. That's not the game script. That's
right.
Never been the game script.
So since the Bills,
fuck Owen. Owen talked last time. As a noted, not a Chiefs fan, this is the first game in a long time where I'm like, damn, I don't think the Chiefs win this. Because while I'm not a fan of the Chiefs, I recognize good fucking football team, a lot of really good players on the squad, a lot of good talent. I don't think they beat the Bills.
So I don't quite agree with that. I do think the Chiefs. I do think the Chiefs are able to win this game. I just don't think.
I think they are able.
I just don't think we can say definitively either team is going to win. Like we can't. Yeah, I don't know. It's just.
I would say it's almost as bad as 60-40 Bills, in my opinion.
I don't know.
Vegas
not
strongly
score
disagrees with that sentiment.
Yeah, Owen now.
Vegas strongly disagrees with that sentiment.
I think the Bills are a better
What's
unit team.
Do you think that the Chiefs would lose to the Jaguars?
Fuck no.
Okay, well the Bills did that this year.
What embarrassing losses the Chiefs have? Let's fucking pull it up.
They don't have anything as bad as losing to the worst team in football.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sure.
I don't think you can compare worst losses of the season for each team as a definitive point of like who's gonna win. Like,
but I mean that is the blueprint. So in that game, Josh Allen threw 47 times, and they rushed for a total of 62 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot.
Sorry,
of
70.
Yards, I'll say it.
That is not a lot of rushing yards, Vincent. That is not very much at all.
But the rush doesn't matter. What's the point?
That is my point. Is that when Josh Allen has to throw the ball almost 50 times, it creates a scenario where the Bills can get hammered.
He's talking about the Jaguars game.
The Jaguars game?
He's talking about the Bills losing to the
Jaguars.
Oh, and that was so long ago. That was like when the Chiefs lost to, let's say, the Ravens.
I was gonna say losing to the Ravens is kind of
very
cringe.
similar. Oh, and how do you feel about the Ravens loss?
Truman, that was week 3.
The Jags are not the Bills are not the same team that lost to the Jags.
Well, I don't think the Chiefs are the same team that lost to the Bills. I'm saying that right now, the Buffalo Bills have more weaknesses than the Chiefs.
I think you're crazy.
What weaknesses do the Chiefs have that the Bills don't?
The secondary.
Wrong.
Correct.
Since week 9, they've been the best in football.
No.
You're just wrong there.
Oh, we played bad teams. We faced one good passing defense, and they beat the shit out of us. They beat the shit out of the secondary. And we played against the fucking Denver Broncos with Drew Lock, and we almost lost. Guess
in
what?
terms of yards,
we should have lost to the Denver Broncos.
The Raiders are a top 5 passing offense this year.
Are they really? Good God.
Yes, but
That's
division games don't count.
As a former Raiders fan, that's insane to me.
Division games.
Why are you?
That's also
why
you made
are
that
you
up.
the?
You also
why
made
do
that
you
up. That's
get to
not
decide
true.
when stats
That's
don't
also
count.
not true.
Because I'll say, as a former
Why am I?
Raiders
Because
fan,
I'm the host with the most, Owen. I get to decide when the. No, I'm just kidding.
as a former
You're being
Raiders fan,
silly.
Derek Carr is not that guy. I'll say it.
He's not
Fuck
that guy.
Derek Carr.
He's not that guy, buddy.
He's just not.
No,
He's
the
not a
Raiders
top
are not that
5
guy.
passing
Derek Carr is a
offense
4,500 yard passer this year.
Let's see. Hold on. I want to look at this. All right. Let's see. Yards. Let's see. Sorry. Let me make sure I get this. I want to get this right, Owen. Hold on. Let me. Hold on. We're. All right. Sorry. It's so far away, dude. My eyes have been tested tonight. I'm gonna move this over to here still.
bit of
We can do
test
this. We can do this. Okay, Owen.
I'm British.
Oh fuck me. God damn it. I zoomed in too far. Oh my god. All right. What a fucking disaster. All right. Okay, hold on. We got to zoom back out just a smidge of which. Okay, can you read everything?
I can read for you, yes.
Owen, the Las Vegas Raiders. For the record, let's start with passing yards, Owen. Las Vegas Raiders. Number 6. That's not a top 5.
Oh,
To be fair, that is closer than I expected.
Owen.
my bad. Crazy.
Sorry, passing touchdowns, Owen. Do you know where the Las Vegas Raiders rank? Oh
Where are they at,
Where are they at? Number 16, Owen.
I said yards, so.
You didn't say yards. You
I was
said
gonna
top 5 passing offense.
To be fair, 6 is higher than I would have guessed for passing guards. So
Net yards, net yards game per attempt. I don't. That's a weird stat that they've kind of made up. But the Las Vegas Raiders, for the record, are number 11.
Speaking of stats that are made up that don't matter, I thought it was very funny you mentioned the temperature thing because I remember watching a game and they're like, "Damn, Derek Carr's like 0-7 when he plays under 35 degrees." I was like, "I think Derek Carr's just not that good."
Well,
of a quarterback.
see, that's one of those
And
weird
that's just
stats.
thing that happens.
That's one of those things where you say, "Well, Derek Carr, that's a dumb thermostat stat." But the thing about it is that when Derek Carr plays in the negative in the under 30, he's either in Denver or in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Late in the year.
Yeah.
And he does perform poorly.
Yeah.
Which is just that.
I think it's unrelated to the temperature. Yeah.
Yeah. Your division rivals have. Yeah. There's reason behind it. Is that your division rivals have your number, or that Derek Carr's kind of a California boy. I don't know. You know.
I mean, I
That
do,
was an
I
argument
do,
I heard, was that California.
as a Packers fan, I genuinely do think that the weather environment makes a huge difference, because that's why no one wants to play in Lambeau in December, and that's why the Packers have I can't remember the stat, but it like in the last 3 years it's a 90+% winning percentage in December.
And where I would say the issue with that fact lies is that the Packers haven't been to the Super Bowl since 2011, even since making it to the NFC Championship game so many times.
No, I
where they get to
absolutely-
play in Lambeau so many times. I mean,
Well,
that's just brutal.
it was once in the last 6-7 years.
Was it really?
Yeah. Like
So they played Lambeau last year.
Last year was the first time. Yeah, no. Yeah,
That was the
last
last
year
time?
was the last time they actually played in Lambeau in the NFC Championship game.
Fair enough. All right.
Yep,
fair.
and since the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I guess that. So okay, maybe a little brutal, but okay. So we need official predictions. Owen, Chiefs are the line on the Chiefs is -2. You taking the Chiefs?
Yeah, Chiefs +10.
I'll take that bet. Owen, let's. Owen,
also take that
Owen,
bet.
Chiefs. Owen, here's what I'll give you, dude. I'll give you Chiefs -7.5. Chiefs cover 7.5. If they cover 7.5, Owen, we call it a. If they cover 7.5, I'll take you to Fogo de Chao instead of just a meal on the plaza.
Well, you're already gonna have to take me to Fogo de Chao.
No. I think we talked about like a $20 to $30 meal. I don't think we talked about that.
Oh, I'm sure it is now.
But if the Chiefs don't cover 7.5, we just call it a nil. I'm talking a good old double or nothing bet, Owen.
Can I barter with this?
Yeah.
Can I instead go for Here. How about this? I'll wager you $10, but if I win for a full 10 minutes, you have to talk about how good of a sports take man I am on the air. Next Dahm, that's true. For 10 minutes, I'll time you, and you'll sit there and just talk about how I have just the best takes, and I'm just an incredible
Takes in
player.
sports or takes in general?
I honestly think this is like an easy take.
Oh,
I mean,
Owen, I'll do you one better. If the Chiefs cover 7.5
Yeah?
for 10 minutes on Dahm, that's true.
don't.
Yeah.
Don't go.
He'll
where I
suck
think
and
you're
fuck
gonna
you
go.
live on
No, I
air.
know.
We'll talk
exactly
about
what you're
soccer
gonna
for
say.
10 minutes live on Dahm. That's true,
10
Owen.
minutes, yep, soccer.
We'll talk about Premier League soccer. And
I'll
I
counter
won't
you
even
with,
roast Tottenham for not having won a trophy. And I think since we've been alive.
No, we won a trophy in 2008. Relax.
Oh, yeah. You know that fact, don't you, boy?
Truman, name 3 Premier League teams besides Tottenham.
Everton, Manchester City, Manchester United. Oh, hold on. Wait, let me keep going. Arsenal, Crystal Palace.
These are all teams I also know. And I don't know dick.
Oh,
about
sorry.
sports.
I missed it. Chelsea, Liverpool. Yes. I got it.
Wow, you're truly an incredible sports fan.
Oh,
what can I say?
sorry. Wolverhampton.
Oh, wait, hold on. I asked you the wrong question. Can you name a player besides Harry Kane, Heung-min Son, and Cristiano Ronaldo?
Damn, there it is.
A player.
Salah. Mo Salah. Is it Mo Salah?
Oh, sorry, dude. Sorry, I didn't know. I didn't.
No.
Sorry, I didn't know Tiger Woods, but I did know Phil Mickelson.
Sorry. You said it. You asked the question. I said it, dude.
That's fair.
Can't
That's
be
fair.
mad.
All right.
Oh,
All right, I'll take you up on
I
that.
don't think Pogba. I think he's in the.
Chiefs cover
Oh,
seven
no,
and a
sorry. I'm
half.
thinking of Mbappe, and I think he's in the French league, right?
Chiefs cover 7.5, Truman.
Chiefs
You're gonna
cover
have to talk
7.5?
soccer.
That's a Virgil Shank.
You're gonna have to talk soccer on this podcast. Chiefs cover 7.5.
Chiefs -2. God, dude, that's tough. Legitimately, I think if you're a legitimate, even-headed man, I think it's hard not to take the Bills' money line. But I think as a Chiefs fan, I can't bring myself to take the Chiefs. to pick against the Chiefs in the playoffs, especially after going to the Super Bowl the last 2 years, especially after what I think I've seen the defensive turnaround be. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, dude, the first quarter and a half against the Steelers is scary as fuck.
Oh, man, it's so scary that we scored the 5 fastest touchdowns in NFL history.
But here's the thing. If you don't score for a quarter and a half against the Bills, guess what? You're down 21-0.
Not just the Bills.
Yeah,
like,
against a lot of the teams that
okay,
remain
guys,
in the AFC.
dude.
No,
listen,
if
dude.
you don't score for the first quarter and a half against the Bills, you're down 21-0, and then you go on your run and you score three touchdowns at the end of the quarter, and you're still probably down 28-21 at halftime.
Man, you're sounding a lot like Ryan Clark, dude. I hate to tell you, but since week 8, I have been so incredibly correct on this show about all of my Chiefs takes. I said the Chiefs would win by 30 against the Raiders again, and they did it.
Okay.
It took an absolute miracle from Cincinnati
sorry.
for the Chiefs to lose. I told you we beat Denver, and we did. I told you we dropped the floor with the Steelers, and we did.
but like
It's Denver. It's the Raiders.
Easy takes.
Guess what? We lost to the Bengals. Yeah, blame the refs. But we just talked about convenient narratives on a much more serious topic at the beginning of this
Truman,
episode.
it's no small thing that you've seen the stat. It was a plus 60% win chance from officiating for the Bengals.
I know.
That should not. That doesn't happen in games.
Well,
It
it was the biggest. Technically, as Chiefs fans, we found stats that helped us be Chiefs fans. We found stats that said that the refs. We found a specific Twitter account that tracks ref stuff that said that the refs had the biggest impact of any game on the year in that game for the Chiefs. It took the biggest percentage away. Everybody said that. There was also the Chiefs also had the biggest penalty of the year that changed the winning percentage that probably shouldn't have happened, which was the defensive pass interference against the Los Angeles Chargers on like 4th and 15 against Keenan Allen, where Rashad Fenton, I think, just covered the fuck, or I think it was DeAndre Baker actually covered the fuck out of him on the right sideline. And I think we didn't think it was pass interference, and it was pass interference. They called it. They got down there. They kicked a field goal. They won the game. But we as Chiefs fans went and sought that out and found that because it is confirmation bias.
I'm just telling you.
Again,
buddy.
I can't. Trust me, I'm not here to pick against the Chiefs. Chiefs -2, I'll take it only because it's not Chiefs -3.5.
I'm legit. I'm literally putting money down on it with you.
I'm not taking your $10. I think we'll think of something else. We're not betting.
Yeah, because you're gonna have to. Because
10 minutes of soccer time is not $10 worth of something. We'll think of something else because the Chiefs aren't covering 7.5. We'll go to the other experts. Vincent, prediction?
Not only do the Bills win by a touchdown. I have Bills by 7.
Would you put any money on the Bills -6.5?
They're not -6.5, are they?
No, but that's a touchdown.
Is
Is that if they win by a touchdown, they cover that spread. The only reason I said 7.5 is because Owen said 10,
right.
And if I say 7.5, that's more than a touchdown, which is what Owen really meant.
Right. Which is fair
so
enough.
6.5 is Bills by touchdown. Would you bet on that?
Yeah, I would take Owen's $10 on that. 10 for 10.
10 for 10, Owen?
Yeah, dude, let's do it, buddy.
Michael?
You got it.
And for the Bills win by 3.
Now that means Vincent, if the Bills win by 3, that means I hand you $10 and then you hand me $10.
Right.
This is the biggest toss-up of the AFC playoff round.
Dude,
Yeah,
I legit think the Chiefs are gonna win.
This is and it's the closest line. I think. Hold on, let me pull it up to be sure. I'm pretty sure it's the closest line. I can't imagine a closer line than this in the NFL.
How did that Cardinals game end up, by the way? Did they get super
Bruh, it was bad.
I'm pretty sure they beat the shit out of it. It was 38-11. Yeah, they ended up 34-11. Yeah, and that's how it ended up.
By the
that's
time I
pretty
wanted to
pathetic.
win, got the shit kicked out of them. Who's surprised?
Yes, the Chiefs do have the closest line. It's actually up to 2.5, but 2.5 and 2, not much of a difference. Not many teams win by 2, but don't win by 2.5. It's about like 3% of wins are by less than 3. Confirmation bias confirmed. Shut up, Tim. All right, this is your chance. This is your opportunity. We're not going to roast you for your hot takes, but we'll take them.
So what's the line?
The line is Chiefs -2.5. Do the Chiefs win by a field goal or not? Simple as that. They win by a field goal or more, or they lose.
True.
They probably lose. I mean, if they don't win by 2.5,
Yeah.
they're going to lose.
Yeah.
Real quick. That's my one piece of betting advice for everybody is that if you're ever going to bet on a team plus 2.5, do yourself a favor, bet on the money line. You're going to get a better deal. Don't bet 2.5 at minus 115.
Yeah.
Bet the team's money line at minus 105 or plus 105 or plus 110.
That's what I'm fighting with right now.
Yeah,
so.
right. Yeah, right.
But like I'm not betting any money, so why not go?
Oh, what happened to Buda Baker? I missed that. My girlfriend's gonna be home soon. She was actually watching somewhere. Could you believe that Tina was somewhere watching the game and we're here drinking seltzers? Keep going. Sorry.
I guess I'll take Chiefs.
Yeah.
Yeah. On the,
Minus 7.5.
no. by a field goal.
I'm gonna see. I'm gonna make sure
Really
I
have
use
the
this. Real
whole
quick. Sorry, I'm gonna
inventory.
mute this. Buda Baker might have had a really serious neck injury. Oh no. Nope. Don't like those at all. Nope. I'm alright.
No, wait.
I'm alright.
Play again. I need.
Oh, I guess you're a kinesiologist, or right?
Yeah. Well.
Physical therapy.
Physical therapy. I graduated.
I don't want to watch this. I'm going to cover this.
That's fine.
Is that 3? Who has the
That's
injury?
out cold.
Yeah.
That's out cold. He's fencing. Oh man. Arms are moving. Good sign.
Right.
At
I was
least.
gonna say that as well.
Arms immediately moving. Probably a good sign. Not immediately. Not knocked out. Legs are moving. That's a good sign. He's very seriously concussed, right? Of course.
Yeah.
And the guy looked like he owned up to it. He's like, dude, I'm really sorry. I don't know what
Oh,
happened.
did he? He looked like he was getting mad that people were like, "Yo,
I think
you
he
just
was.
beat the
I-
piss
it-
out of that man."
He honestly looked like guys were like coming over. He's like, yo, or like his teammates might have been coming over to like fight guys. He's like, guys, I understand.
Okay, that's fair. If that
They
is-
said
if
he
that's
has
the case.
feeling and movement in all of his extremities. I mean, immediately
you
saw
can
it. You
t-
saw
yeah,
it within.
can-
You saw
yeah,
it within.
If it's a neck injury and you see him moving his arms, then he can move his legs. That's
Really?
that's how the nervous system works. Like,
Interesting.
yeah.
I've never heard that. That was. I think the scariest one for me was the Chargers guy. I think
That does make sense. Like paraplegic is always legs. It's never just I can't move my arms, but I can't move my legs.
Yeah. So like if it's at the neck, anything.
Yeah,
if it's at the neck, anything below the neck line or where the injury is, you can't move. But if it's like lumbar spine injury, you can move your upper extremity, but not your legs. It's anything below the injury you cannot.
Yeah. Well, and I think the Chargers one was terrifying because I think he was out cold. You never saw him move anything. And when he was taking him out, it looked like he was like seizing almost in a way.
Oh yeah.
He might have been waking up or something, I guess. And maybe his body fighting against.
No, it looked like he
I
was
don't know.
seizing, bro.
I really don't know. He was done.
I'm not sure. I didn't see the injury.
We'll see if that guy plays football again. But sorry. So you're going Chiefs minus 2.5, minus 2.5. Vincent, you're on the Bills money line. Specifically, Bills minus 6.5. You're on a big Bills money line. God damn, I hope you're wrong. Oh my god.
I will
Oh
say,
my god. Next week will be fucking insufferable.
However, good for you guys. Any team I want to win, except for the Bengals against the Raiders, gets their shit rocked. I wanted the Cardinals to win. What was it, 34-7?
Don't get me wrong. I hope the Chiefs. People sometimes mistake this as when we criticize anything, is that we're betting against the Chiefs. I hope the Chiefs beat the living shit out of them. I hope the Chiefs take them out back and beat them by 30.
Hey, Truman, do you think this is a possibility?
What?
With Clyde Edwards-Helaire likely still not back, and also Darrell Williams being looked down unfavorably, do we see a Jerick McKinnon versus the Bills like we saw CEH versus the Bills last year, when everyone said that the Bills just can't defend the run, and the Chiefs just basically ran the ball the whole game and just controlled the whole game, and it was never close? Remember the playoffs last year?
The Bills
Everyone
game
was talking about
last
how
year.
good the Bills were?
No, not in the playoffs. We didn't run the ball over them in the playoffs. I don't even think.
Pretty sure we did.
Did Clyde even play well, he did play in the championship. Hold on. Now you've got me questioning things. You're gaslighting me right now.
While you're looking this, I would like to clarify. I don't necessarily.
Gaslighting? Now you're
We do this
making
on the
up
podcast so
words.
much as we just Google stuff live on stream.
That's fine. I don't necessarily want the Bills to win, but as someone with no horse in this race, I think the Bills do win.
Okay, you were insane. The Chiefs as a whole rushed for 114 yards, Owen. Can you tell me who the leading rusher was?
Probably Patrick Mahomes, if that's how many yards we
It
had.
was Darrell Williams. He rushed for 52. Can you tell me who this?
What am I thinking of?
Darrell Williams rushed 13 for 52. Wait, can you tell me who was the second Chiefs rusher? Because you
Was it
can't.
Patrick Mahomes?
It was not Patrick Mahomes.
Fuck.
I'll give you 4 chances.
You do realize it's on the
He can't. He does. He's not.
he can't do
No. He's
McCole
not.
Hardman.
You're joking. You're joking.
Did I get it?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
but,
'cause
on,
I'm a
but,
fucking
but on
genius.
how but on
But
how many rushes?
On how many rushes did he get 50 yards?
Why the fuck would I let me just remember all the snaps.
No, guess.
Well, but,
guess.
but
guess.
this
I do-
is significant.
This is insane. I will say.
Well,
2.
1. He got it on 1. He ran.
It-
He
it-
ran.
it was
He ran
one-
the ball once for 50 yards.
Yeah.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire
So
ran the bar.
negligible.
Ran the ball 6 carries for 7 yards.
Was third. By the
That's
way.
not-
Sorry,
I
yeah,
think
I
you're
was thinking
insane.
about the game earlier that year when Clyde Edwards-Helaire ran for 161 yards on it.
Did you bring that up, or did you make up that stat also?
I pulled it up. Relax.
Okay, you were all right. You were right. Yes. Yeah, because that was the game where they gave Patrick Mahomes everything everything underneath, and he just torched them. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
that's
threw
where,
he threw
DeMarcus
21
Robinson
passes
had
for 225
69
yards. And I think you'd be pressed to find a lower yardage for Patrick Mahomes when he threw for over 20 completions.
That's fair.
And that was when Daniel Sorensen had a pick.
Yes, he had one of those. I think he had a game-sealing interception. I think that was the one-handed game-sealing interception where it was like not even close.
Oh yeah, he like stole it from Tyrann Mathieu.
Yes. Yes.
That was a pretty fun one.
We haven't
Dude, I can't wait for this game, Truman. It's gonna end exactly like the last one. Dude, I'm gonna tell you right now. 26-17 Chiefs.
If the Chiefs are up by 8 and Daniel Sorensen picks it off to win the game, I might not show up on Monday of Dahm. That's true for
Dude, I can't wait. We'll talk a
specific
whole bunch of
reasons.
soccer and how much I hate Arsenal.
yes, yeah, for GTA role playing server reasons.
For Toaster Wrath reasons.
Yes.
In the
Okay.
GTA role playing.
All right, we need to move on to the other games. We got to pick them real quick and then get the fuck out of here. Also, anybody got a good top 5? Michael, top 5?
Top 5 of what?
Top 5 seltzers are
Anything?
We always do a top 5. Yeah.
I don't have a top 5.
Also, sorry, video people. I had a blue candy cane.
Oh, and you got a top 5? Oh man. Oh my God, you look
Yeah,
insane.
it's so bad.
What?
Top 5 teams in the Premier League.
I was gonna say Chiefs
No.
touchdowns.
Chiefs touchdowns?
We had like 8 of them. Sorry.
Oh, in the playoff game?
The wild card.
How about top 5 Chiefs players that you enjoy being on the team? How about that? I don't think we've ever done that,
I thought you
legitimately.
meant
No, we
on
have
the
not.
season. I was like, yeah, they probably have at least 2 touchdowns on the season.
Yeah, let's go.
right?
Let's go. Top 5 current favorite Chiefs players. I think this is a very interesting topic, especially after everything we talked to with Tyreek Hill.
I can name literally only 4 players.
That's fine. We'll get you there. And I know what one of them is, and that's really going to piss me off. Okay, real quick. Bengals are. Fuck me. Dude,
I hate how well you
man.
know me, Truman.
I just know everybody who
Bengals
wants
are
to.
gonna lose.
The Bengals
Bengals
are
against who? Tennessee.
3.5 point underdogs versus Tennessee.
And Tennessee
Actually,
has
I think
that good
Tennessee
quarterback.
lays an egg because I don't think Tennessee's good.
You just said the Bengals are going to lose.
You remember?
I realize that I don't rate either of these teams highly, but I think the Bengals will win.
Remember, Derrick Henry's back. this
Yeah.
game.
Yes.
That
Well,
is
we
the only
talked
thing
about
that
it.
worries me.
Derrick Henry's
Here,
got this
here,
weird thing
here's
where
my
he
prediction.
falls into a nothing in the playoffs.
Yeah. Okay,
Which
but
is very odd because
Here's
so
my
much about
weird
the
prop
playoffs
bet
is
for
that
this game, guys.
But I also want to point out that without Derrick Henry, they are still what was their rank in the last since Derrick Henry's injury? They were in the top 5 rushing offenses still.
yeah, I guess that's
Like
They are built to rush.
it doesn't
What a
matter
quote to
if
have
it's
saved.
Derrick Henry or someone else. They're still going to
supposedly fun
have that
thing
in
I'll
their
never do again.
offense. I don't know. I'm not impressed with Ryan Tannehill
no.
personally.
And that's the issue
But-
is that what's always said is that in the playoffs you take quarterback coach combo. Who would you rather have? And that's the thing. That's why Tom Brady. You always would take Tom Brady in the playoffs is because it's Tom Brady, Bill Belichick. You ain't gonna bet against him.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid. That's hard to bet against. Josh Allen, Sean McDermott. I think you're not that sure about McDermott
Yeah.
or Josh Allen. I think they're both kind of the same kind of person, where they're looking to validify themselves at some point,
Here,
but they
Truman,
haven't done it.
Listen to this though. Here's my prop bet for the Titans game. If
Prop.
Jamar Chase is called for a single offensive pass interference, the Bengals will lose by 10 or more points.
That's such
If
a
he does
weird
not
bet.
get called for any offensive pass interference, the Bengals will win by 3.
You're a
That is
mad
my
Chiefs
prediction.
fan. Shut the fuck up. All right.
Hey, that's my
Shut
weird
the
prediction.
fuck up, Eric. Owen. Give me your bet.
I just told
Officially?
you.
Official bet.
I think the Bengals win by 3.
Okay. Vincent?
I
God, you look insane.
it's really bad. I'm so sorry, chat. I've made a mistake. I really do like
His
the
mouth
Bengals
is so blue.
this season.
Look at Michael.
Oh,
my
It's
God.
so bad.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
God. What?
I really do like the Bengals this season. As someone who enjoys underdog teams, the Bengals aren't good very often. So the fact that they're in the playoffs, I'm like, this is really cool. I would love to see the Bengals win here. However, David Henry does scare me a bit.
Derek.
Derek.
I said Derek.
You said David.
Did I?
You said David.
Well, we'll trust you.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
In my head, I said Derek. I'm sorry, I said David.
That's fine.
That being said, I would like to also see the Bengals by 3.
Fair enough.
I actually think that Tennessee's the underdog in this game. I know money line says otherwise, but Cincinnati's red hot right now, and Tennessee's been stable but not red hot.
I would agree with you.
Tennessee has solid floor, but they are not an insanely talented offense. Or, sorry, that's a lie. They have a lot of talent on offense, but the game script doesn't fit that talent very well, in my opinion.
Okay. So you're going Tennessee.
I'm going Tennessee.
Minus 3.5? Or do you want the money line? You think you're going to win by only 3?
Yes, I don't think. Yeah, 3.5.
You'll take 3.5?
I'll
You
take
think they cover?
3.5, yeah.
Cover the spread?
Yeah, I think they cover. Yeah.
Yeah. So here's the thing, is that I am a firm believer in going against the NFL hive mind. So if you remember going into this last playoff week, Owen, do you remember who everybody said the upset of the week was going to be?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
Everybody said the Raiders were going to beat the Bengals. A lot of people said the Raiders were going to beat the Bengals.
I think some really handsome people said that, honestly.
Yeah, you probably did. And you know what the Bengals did? They put them in the fucking dirt. I mean, not really. They won by a
was
touchdown. It was
disgusting.
close, kind of, at the end.
Yeah, close.
But at the end of the
It
day,
was
the
a
Raiders
dirty
would have
game.
had to score, stop them, then score, no matter what. And they didn't do it.
It was a very filthy game.
And I'll tell you what, I think the same narrative is starting to happen against the Titans. You talked about it. The Titans are kind of the underdog here. And I think the Titans might put them in the dirt. I think the Titans, I would love, trust me, as a Chiefs fan, I think I'd rather see the Bengals win. I mean, obviously, we're Chiefs fans, so we'd love to see a home AFC playoff game or AFC championship game again. And if the Bengals beat the Titans, hell yeah. If the Bengals beat the Titans, by the way, on Saturday night, I will say this. My 2 parlays for the weekend would be Bengals money line plus Chiefs money line or Titans money line plus Bills money line. I think those are the 2 AFC championship game matchups. I don't think it can happen any other way. I don't think the Bills are going to Tennessee, and I don't think – oh, wait. No, I do think the Bills are going to Tennessee, or I think Cincinnati's coming to KC. In a weird way, that's how I lump those together. And which is what worries me even more, because I think the Titans might have a very high possibility of just putting Tennessee in the dirt. And they said, fuck you for ever thinking about anybody beating us in the play. And fuck you for ever thinking that Cincinnati would beat us. So I think Cincinnati loses. Yeah, give me the Titans minus 3.5. Honestly, give me the Titans, low key, minus 7.5.
I was debating that.
I think the Titans beat them by 10 or 14.
I really do. Yeah.
I can't wait
they're-
for the inverse of what you're saying to happen for me to be right again.
Oh, I
It's
would
gonna be so
love
fun.
again two parlays: Chiefs, Cincy, Titans, Bills.
Yeah, but I think I think Truman. I think just the 1 and 2 seeds win. You know how long it's been since a 1 or 2 seed in the AFC has been in the AFC Championship game?
Like 1
A really
versus
long
2.
time. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
and
mainly been 1 versus 2 most years.
you mean since it's been not that?
Yes, it's like almost always been 1 versus 2.
Oh, and can you tell me the last 1 versus 2 matchup in the AFC Championship game?
Well, it was well, I guess it wasn't last year, was it?
I don't think the Bills were the 2 seed.
Well, Chiefs were the 1 seed.
The Chiefs were the 1 seed. They might have been the 2 seed actually. I
2
might be
years
wrong.
ago-
Bills.
I guess 2 years ago the Titans were the
Took the white
5
people.
seed.
The Titans were the 5 seed when they came to KC.
Yeah.
And the year before that,
Chiefs-
it was 1
But the
versus
Chiefs
2.
were the 1 seed.
No, it was 2 versus 3 when it was the Pats.
Mhm.
Because
3.
because the Ravens lost that year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because the Ravens somehow got the 1 seed.
I think
Everyone
it's
knew
been
the Ravens were.
it
bad,
might have
though.
been a fat minute
That's
since
weird.
then. Although the Bills might have been the 2 seed last year. I might be lying.
You know, I guess you're right. I guess I'm just
think
making
the
shit
Bills were
up.
3 seed.
Owen do just be making shit up on the show. Insane.
You really do.
But
Pretty sure
what
Bills
is
are
true
3 seed.
is that only the 1 or 2 seed makes the Super Bowl,
Because I think Titans were the
almost
2
exclusively.
seed, weren't they?
I think the Titans were the 2 seed. I think you're right.
Yeah, Titans were 2 seed, Bills were 3 or 4. No, not 4.
Oh, no.
3.
Oh no, the Bills were the 2 seed last year. Okay.
Wah wah.
It was 1 versus 2, but the year before that, I think it was definitely 2 versus 3, right? In
Chiefs were
2019.
1. Oh no, wait, we were 2. Because
Yeah, we were 2. The
Dolphins
Baltimore
got
Ravens
somebody.
were the 1 seed. The year before
Yeah, but
that,
Drew, what I'm saying is only the 1 or 2
Chiefs were the
seed
1
makes the
seed.
Super Bowl. So
the Texans might have been the 2 seed. No, they were the 1 seed. What?
what I'm saying is only the Texans were not the 1 seed because they came to Kansas City.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Okay, so you're
It's
Cincy.
either Titans or Chiefs escaping this conference.
Okay,
So-
so,
Yeah,
I don't
also
think
in
both of them
hindsight,
are
I
gonna
also
lose.
think that.
but you
I-
took Cincy, Owen.
I said Cincy by 3 if Jamar Chase doesn't get called for OPI.
Oh, and otherwise you think it's Titans
Yes,
minus 3.5?
minus 3.5.
You had. Cincy
I also
straight
was
up?
I might have fucked it because I agree with Owen that either Titans or Chiefs make the championship.
Right.
But I have also picked Bills and Cincy.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy.
Yeah. So.
And you
Fuck.
and you picked Titans Chiefs. I picked Titans Chiefs
Because there's no way I see a Bill Cincy AFC final.
because
But these are the 2 teams I picked.
as a
It's
Chiefs
gonna
fan, I
be
can't bring
it's
myself.
gonna be Tennessee and the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I don't hope so. I hope it's Cincy versus KC. Because I think in a rematch, I think the Chiefs win by 10 against Cincy. And I think the line, I think it would shock you. I think if the Chiefs and Cincy both win this weekend, I think the Chiefs opens as 5.5 point favorites,
That'd be fun.
no matter the outcome. But I think I think it'd be a more impressive win for the Chiefs to beat the Bills than the Titans or than the Cincy to beat the Titans. Because I think if they beat the Titans probably look terrible. Okay. Sorry. Moving on to the next one. San Francisco versus Green Bay. Oh my god. All
Green Bay by 10, free.
right, the line's 5.5.
Green Bay by 10. It's a free game.
Michael,
5.
5.5.
Go by 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns. Vincent, 5.5 for the Green Bay.
I was as a noted Green Bay
I,
hater.
I see you have Green
Yes,
Bay.
I have
by-
also written Green Bay. As a noted Green Bay hater, I don't think there's
It's
any
free.
fucking way.
It is free
There's
game.
no way the
It's-
49ers beat Green Bay.
It is the 49ers going to Lambeau, and it's going to be cold as Dickens.
Yeah.
It's going to be a free game. It's a better than a bye week situation for the Green Bay Packers.
I know Truman thinks it's going to be closer than it actually is going to be, but
It might be a blowout of over 2 touchdowns.
boys.
France.
Almost for just the meme. Oh my god, it's 11 o'clock. What the fuck?
Saw, dude.
Oh my god.
yeah, we need to hurry this up.
Yes.
I need to go home.
Almost for just the
I'm
meme.
vibing.
I think the 49ers beat the Packers.
You're
crazy.
I don't know
hope
what
that
it is, and I'm sorry. I hate to say it, but the Packers are just so bad in the playoffs. And I don't know what the deal is. I don't
Truman,
know
they
what
make the
happens.
AFC. They make the NFC Championship every time.
That is
Yeah,
true.
The last 2 years,
They normally-
like since LaFleur came to Green Bay as
Yeah.
a head coach, they've made it to the NFC.
They normally
Championship.
choke later on. That's fair. But I can't.
Just remember, we smashed San Francisco in San Francisco earlier this season.
Was that a smash? I remember betting on that and hitting like a middle about it being like within like 3 or
Or was it? It might have been closer than
it
I
was
remember.
28-30.
Okay, that's a smash.
Smash if I've ever seen
And they
one.
kicked the field goal. I remember I had bet the over 47 or the over 50 like 7 and I was like starting to sweat it, so I took the under like 60 and I
was
fucking middle ground it and hit them both.
That was
All right. Oh no, I had Green Bay.
3.
I had Green Bay money line and the over. I think it was actually over like 49.
Yeah, okay.
And it was like really close at the end, and then San Francisco scored. I'm like, oh my god, and they went up, and I was like, gee, like Green Bay scored, it went over. I was like, all right, we're solid, and then 49ers scored and went up 1. I was like, god damn it, dude. And then Green Bay went down there immediately with like a minute left.
I remember that. Yeah,
a minute left and kicked a field goal to win by 2.
One of the most impressive drives I've ever seen with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that's fair.
Absolutely incredible drive.
So you still, so I can't fault you for picking the Green Bay Packers -5.5 though. I mean, it could be closer than that, but I don't blame you. I don't see any way that anybody stops the Packers up until the Super Bowl, but it's just the Packers in the playoffs. I can't trust it. I hate it. And LaFleur's a young coach. Kyle Shanahan's been there. He's done that. And I don't think anybody. I don't know how many people. I mean, I think we all believe the Cowboys were going to choke, but sort of.
Do you think that LaFleur coming from a Shanahan system helps him because he knows the Shanahan's offense?
Oh, yes.
Is it Belichick or is it Reed? That's the question. Because Andy Reid owns guys that come out of his system, but Bill Belichick always loses guys that come out of his system. It's very odd. I think it hurts LaFleur. I don't think LaFleur. I'm not that impressed of LaFleur as a coach. I hate to say that, but I'm just not. I'm not blown away by any coaching decisions. I mean, obviously, you know, a glaring example last year is the NFC Championship game.
I think it's hard not to look at LaFleur and be like, I am absolutely impressed because I know as a Packers fan, going from Mike McCarthy to LaFleur, same players, drastic difference. Losing season and then immediately the best team in the NFL the season after with no new additions to the offense.
Did they lose? No, 2 years ago was the losing season.
3 years ago.
3 years ago. Right, okay. Is this LaFleur's 3rd year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. It'll be very interesting next year when he probably doesn't have Aaron Rodgers. I think
Truman, Rams, Bucks.
Hold on. Wait. So you guys went Packers, and I went 49ers. Okay.
Yeah,
Rams, Bucks. Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. Rams, Bucks. Oh, God, the line isn't up yet. And guess the line. Rams, Bucks. What's the line?
Rams -1.5.
But Bucks are home, by the way. If that
Rams
makes a difference.
-1.5.
What?
Rams -1.5.
Rams -1.5.
Yeah.
And the Bucks. Oh, and the Bucks are home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's immediately 3 points for them.
Yeah. The opening line is Bucks -3.
Well,
You're an insane person for thinking the Rams would be favored.
I think the Rams win.
You have the Rams money line.
Yeah, I'd take the Rams on the money line.
Okay,
I wouldn't
Rams.
take any spread though.
Rams +140. Who do you?
I'll take Rams money line.
Rams money line.
Actually, no. Tom Brady's about to win another fucking MVP.
No.
I have to choose the
I don't
Bucks.
He's not.
so.
Aaron Rodgers will win the MVP. Let's just nip that in the bud.
As the most based top 4 pick, I will do Bucks by 3.
Wait. What's the money line again?
Money line is the Rams +140. The spread is Bucks -3.
No, never mind. I don't want to do money line.
No.
No.
No, you're not.
No.
So you're taking Rams +3? Or are you taking Bucks -160? I will remind you that if you don't think an NFL team can cover 3, that you shouldn't bet on them to win.
Yeah.
Just take the money line.
The weakness, TM.
Yeah.
I don't think this is a game where you choose spread.
I do think the Rams win, so I'm going to take the money line.
Oh, dude, the
I think the
Packers would
Bucks
have
win,
to.
honestly.
Jesus Christ, the Packers are probably gonna, if they go to the Super Bowl, they're gonna have to go through the last 3 conference champs. That's actually kind of crazy. Wait, who did the Packers play first round? Nobody.
Yeah, nobody.
Oh, so the last
And then
2 conference champs.
49ers.
Yeah, 49ers and Bucks.
Yeah.
Jeez, probably. In my mind.
Yeah, well, yeah, so yeah, they have a chance to completely like revenge match the last 2 years in the NFC Championship games, the last 2 years against the 49ers and Bucks.
Very interesting.
All in one playoff,
Very interesting.
so.
Okay, so and you have the Bucks -3.
Yeah. No, Bucks money line.
You're so stupid. Okay, you have what? Rams money line. Yeah, you gotta take the money line. Vincent.
I said Bucks by 3, whatever that means. I don't know what your fucking terms mean.
Bucks by 3. Yeah,
Sure.
they win by 3 points.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
I know. But we're talking like money line and covering 1.5. I don't know what
We
the
can
fuck
talk
that
about
means.
it off stream.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys You have the Bucks -3, Owen. You have the Bucks -3, Vincent. You have the Rams money line. I have the Bucks. I would take them -10. There will be an alternate line. I would take Bucks 2 scores.
You think so?
I think they beat the shit out of the Rams. I think the Rams are the paper tigerest of all the paper tigers in this division playoffs. Sorry, the only person left in the NFC are Packers and recent conference champ. Oh, okay, that's what you're saying.
No.
Oh, I guess the Rams. No, yeah.
Oh yeah, Rams 3
Wow, it
years
was
ago. Yeah,
Rams,
yeah.
49ers, Packers.
I
That actually is
I
crazy.
forgot Jared Goff won
Jared Goff.
3 years ago.
Huh. How about that for parity in the NFL? There is none. All right. So, Bucks, Rams. Fair enough.
I think the Rams after tonight.
Also, don't get me wrong. Again, would love to see the Rams pull it off. However,
I'll be very interested. They will play Sunday, by the way, at 2 p.m.
Which means
East
Packers
Central Time.
play Saturday.
Packers do play Saturday. Chiefs play Sunday night. Packers play
Saturday night.
Saturday. Is it Saturday night?
Yeah.
And then so the God, I hate when they do this. It's so weird that the 2 conferences, because one of them will play on Saturday, right? Or no? Do they both play on Sunday?
No.
I can't,
It's one on each.
is it one on Sunday? And one on Saturday? What's crazy is that one of the conferences will play their championship game on Saturday, and the other one will play on Sunday. But they split it. There's for some reason both games from each conference aren't playing on the same days, and then playing championship. I don't know. Okay,
It doesn't make sense. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. There's a Monday night game for the wild card matchup.
Yeah.
Like, why was there a game tonight?
Fair
I don't
enough.
Understand.
all right. Actually, to make it even faster, top 5. We've got to get the fuck out of here to do a quick top 5. Owen, give me your top 5 teams left in the playoffs.
Top 5 teams left in the playoffs. Number 5, the Rams. Number 4, the Titans. Number 3, the Bucks. Number 2, the Chiefs. Number 1, the Packers.
Wow. Okay. Fair enough. I'll go number 5. The Bengals. Number 4, the Titans. Number 3, the Bucks. Number 2, the Chiefs. Number 1, the Packers. I think it might be really close to what you said. You got a quick 5?
Yes.
I'm going the opposite direction because that's
Oh?
how my brain works.
Okay.
Packers 1, Chiefs 2.
Sure.
I'm gonna say Bills 3, Bucks 4, and Titans 5.
Vincent, you got 5 teams you can name?
I do. I have all the teams. Fuck you, dude.
Oh, say it.
I'm paying attention as fuck.
Okay.
I have. Do I delete that? No. Fuck you guys. Hold on.
Are you still?
I'm cooking up the fire over here.
You gotta take the Vincent parlay.
Okay. Number 1, Packers. No surprise. Number 2, Bucks. Actually, I think the Bucks are a way better team than you guys are giving them credit for.
Okay.
I think it is just in any given season very hard to bet against Tom Brady.
I got a bad feeling I know where the Chiefs are.
As much as I fucking hate Tom Brady, it is hard to bet against them. Number 3, the Bills. I think they're a way better team than you guys are giving them credit for. Number 4, Cincy. This is more of a meme than what I actually feel. I would love to see Cincy go the distance. That's just where I'm at. I love it.
If the Chiefs lose, I'd love to see Cincy.
Yeah. And then 5, I do have the Chiefs. As much as I hate them, they are better than the rest of the teams.
I knew that's where you put the Chiefs.
Yeah. They are better than the rest of the teams in the playoffs. I can't not put the Chiefs in the top 5.
Fair enough. All right. I think that needs to get out of here. Owen, do you have any? Owen, where can we find you?
Follow me on Twitch, Twitter, Domination7, DAHMINATION7.
Damn, that's a good spelling. We've got twitch.tv/noticeth, NOTICENHEZ.
I don't spell my name weird. Notice the Z.
That's right. And we have Michael over here.
No shout outs.
No shout outs. If you follow Michael, you're a creep. No, just kidding. I follow Michael and I'm a creep.
I'm not on social media, guys.
Are you really not?
I mean, I am.
Yeah.
But, I don't do anything on social
No.
media.
And you follow me, twitch.tv/SteamMachine, STEEHNMACHINE. You can find me Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. Anything else where you think you might be able to find me, you can follow me at twitch.tv/SteamMachine. No. Booty Boy's over there on the couch, BOUTTEBOY. Thank you for sticking through a very serious episode of Dahm. That's true. We really do appreciate you guys. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Love you.